This year, the Pedalpalooza kickoff ride was awesome, and there were so many people, I have a 7-year-old daughter. She got to ride her bikes, and when you're in a large group like that, there's safety in numbers. You have these safer routes that you can take, and that meant that she could ride her bike with us for miles, and even on some busier streets, because we had such a large group, though, and also using the greenways to connect. Yeah, I've encountered a few aggressive drivers. I think that I don't know if it's a driver education issue that we need to explain to drivers that these are like hyper localized streets, that you should not be trying to cross the city on greenways in a car. You should maybe get off and go to a busier street if you want to do that. But I have encountered a few times where drivers are in a hurry and they get angry because people on bikes are, in their mind, going too slow. Fewer cars, definitely. Diverting cars, making it so that it's more difficult to use a car and easier to ride bikes and take public transit, or any micromobility options. But cars are very dangerous. There's giant metal boxes on our streets, and they, for decades, were the #1 killer of children. The leading cause of death for children for decades until just last year, and then guns took that spot. It should be a safer route for anyone 8 to 80 to be able to ride their bikes or any micromobility device without the threat of being hit by a car driver, or at least minimize that risk. Unfortunately, we're still prioritizing cars over people, and moving people should be the priority, not these metal boxes that are burning fossil fuel. So if we could make it somehow more difficult to drive a car and easier to use micromobility options, I think that would be awesome. Bike bus is what we would, in ours in particular, we meet at a park. Other families meet us there. They could drop off their kiddos, or meet us there riding their bikes, and we, as a group, travel to school. And it's just like 6 blocks, but we are in a large group, and it's safer to be in a large group. We have to cross an ODOT facility, so it's safer for us to do that in a large group. And we ride to school together, and it's just so much fun. We have the music blasting. I lead a bike bus at our school in Tigard, and if we could get more bike buses, more kids on bikes, more safe routes to school, fewer cars at the pickup and drop off at school. It would make it safer for everyone. Fewer emissions in front of our schools, fewer chances of getting hit by a car driver in front of our schools, and the kids would get more exercise, be ready to learn in the morning, and get to school bright and bushy-tailed and get the wiggles out, and be ready to go. So, safe routes to school, yes. Interconnectivity, I would say. The ability to travel across the city using wayfinding and not have to use your phone, I think is awesome. You can use the wayfinding signs, look for the sharrows. The sharrow, okay, so you've got your bike lane symbol, and you'll have 2 chevrons above it. And that, in Portland, tells you that this is like a greenway or a heavily used route for people on bikes. It doesn't mean that in other areas in PDX, maybe like in cities like Tigard, that a sharrow would be like on Main Street, just telling drivers that this is a shared space with people on bikes, but it's not really a greenway, so it kind of is confusing when you're going to other cities, I think. As long as you have a general sense of direction, you can get by. I mean, maybe if you're new to the area, it might be more difficult, but you have to know the names of the destinations that are printed on the greenway signs to know which direction you're traveling. So, but I think they're very helpful. Pedalpalooza is a celebration of bicycles. It lasts for 3 months here in Portland. Last year there were over 700 rides listed just in the 3 months, and the rides are just so many different things. It could be celebrating the color teal, or it could be like a David Bowie ride, or just all these different types of rides, and they're so much fun. We went on the clown ride with Olive and Dingo, and that was awesome. Everybody dressed like clowns, there's so many fun things.